So Philly makes a statement win against the defending NBA champs, and then after being fouled 118 times in the past 5 games, travels to Minnesota and sends the message that if you want problems, we're in your chest. They take care of business on the road and run Minnesota off the floor. As always, this starts with the offensive playbook. You know me, bruh. Let's talk about it.
As the Sixers get fully acclimated, fully healthy, and more comfortable, they're relying on their playbook as a heavier source of offense more than usual lately. That's a really good thing, though. The players are out there understanding what they have to do, and that's also indicative of really good chemistry. I don't know, I might be crazy, but I feel like I've seen more offense in 20 games of Sixers basketball than I have in the past 4 years. Let's chop it up about the playbook, though. If you've watched any of my videos, you could probably predict what's coming. Shake's taking the handoff from Tobias, and he's getting a screen from Dwight. Here's why it's so effective, though. Shake gets a head start to get downhill, and this giant dude Dwight gets in the way. So the ball handler isn't worried about the defender behind him, and he has more than enough space to get to a spot and just dissect the defense. But now, okay, we're seeing variations. We all know where the screens are coming from, but the fun part is making the dude that's checking you play tag. The worst part about it for the defender is that you've got to catch your man, and you've got to fight through 2 screens in doing that, because you want to get to him before he gets the ball and can go to work. And credit to D'Lo, he didn't lose that battle. Okay, see, now you're just being disrespectful, Philly. No look off the screens for Philly, no problem. They turned it into a 2-man game. So essentially, the Sixers are breaking a game of 5s down into a game of 2s. We recognize this look. We don't care about you right now. We're talking about the 2-man game. Basically, you're taking your ball handler and a big and saying, my 2 are better than your 2. So we're going to go get a bucket right now. And the best part about the 2-man game is that it's OP. It's overpowered. You can literally use it and rely on it the entire game, and there's no limit to how many times you can use it. And to the Sixers' advantage, they probably have like 4 or 5 ball handlers that could cut up in the 2-man game. And to be honest, wait, something's different about this look. So what's the difference between this look and the Shake Milton look that we started the video with? Seth isn't taking the handoff from Danny Green. Danny Green's setting a screen for him to give him a head start to take the handoff from Embiid. And if DG draws the slightest bit of contact on this screen, that means the play has basically worked. Because the premise is really simple. You're just trying to get the ball into Seth Curry's hands and give him an opportunity to cut up in space. If the screen from DG alters the path of the on-ball defender at all, and he's got to play tag with Seth Curry taking a handoff from Joe, the Sixers have gotten what they wanted. The screen works, and Seth takes a... That's not a handoff, that was a whole halfback toss. Anyway, you couldn't have executed that any better. Hold on, let's talk about the 2-man game again. Alright, so Minnesota's one-on-one, man-to-man everywhere. Yeah, it's a game of 5s, but the ball handler and the screener are on their own island. So it's a game of 2s now. And because it's man-to-man everywhere, there's not much help defense in this game within the game. Let's think about it in multiple perspectives. From the ball handler and the on-ball defender's perspectives, it's a one-on-one. And then this 7-foot tree of a human plants himself in the middle of the court somewhere. If you're Shake Milton, this is a care package, right? Like, this is when you're playing 2K and you call for a screen. You know why you did it. Everyone does it. You're getting a bucket. You don't have to do anything. But if you're Ricky Rubio, the defender here, you're not getting through that Joel Embiid screen, so you better turn into an athlete and get around it. It's too late, though. Thanks to the screen, Shake already hit his spot. And if the screeners continue to draw legal contact on the screens, there's no reason why the playmakers can't continue to hit their spot.
There's no consistent starting lineup combination, especially on contending teams that has more free throw attempts, a higher free throw attempt rate, or personal fouls drawn than the Sixers starting 5. They have a plus 40 differential in free throw attempts in the past 6 games. Why? Because they're playing bully ball. In space, they're getting one-on-one matchups. And in most cases, it's either a bucket or a foul. I'm just saying.
Hey, Ed Davis, tonight
you will go one-on-one with The Undertaker.
I don't make the rules. Come on, look at the spacing. When it's time for Joe to go to work, he sees nothing but dog food. You already know, 3 spacing the floor around the perimeter, one-on-one for What? Joe's bullying dudes. All right, let's see what Joe sees from the post every night. 3 green light shooters around the perimeter, and Ben near the dunker. Most importantly though, Joe's got eyes on anybody that can play help defense and potentially take the ball away from him. Either Minnesota's defense doesn't want smoke with the MVP and they're comfortable letting the Undertaker snatch bodies, or Philly's shooting is just so good that they can't double team Joe. But either way, Ed Davis, do you want to dance? Right foot up, left foot. Get him gone! Wait, not the oh my god! Watch how roll definition works. The Sixers are bringing the big man on the block back. The offense runs through the Undertaker, so after DG makes this entry pass, he's getting out of the way. He takes this path to make the defense respond to the action and pull them away from doubling Joe. It's one-on-one man-to-man everywhere, so the Undertaker gets Ed Davis dog food served on a platter. Not again! Ed Davis, do you want to dance? Left foot. Get him! Go on, coach! Hold on now, wait a minute. You look familiar. I see it's 3 around the perimeter. Definitely 1 near the dunker. Huh. Ben's got eyes on anybody that could play help defense. Huh. Oh, now I remember. It's a bucket! I thought I recognized you! Whoa. A lot of lines. What does this mean? It's pretty simple actually. So there's 3 shooters around the perimeter spacing the floor. Okay, I see that. It looks like there's 1 near the dunker. Okay, nothing out of the ordinary. There's kind of this guy averaging almost 30 points per game, 4th in the NBA, that sees the entire floor from the top of the key and gets a one-on-one matchup to do whatever he wants. So he does what he knows best and takes it to the post. Oh my god, no he didn't! Hold on now, wait a minute. Hold on, am I going crazy? I don't know, but you can't just be anybody and have this bag. I mean, this is one of the GOATs we're talking about. It's gonna be hard to top that, but, 3 shooters around the perimeter and 1 guy doing his thing around the paint. Tobias draws a one-on-one, and watch your head! Oh my god! What's gotten into you?
The chemistry between Ben, Joe, and Tobias has been unbelievable, and it looks to be contagious. But when you can get the slightest bit of production from the 3 of these guys on a nightly basis, you're a dangerous squad.
Listen, Joe took 18 free throws and made 16 of them. Joe came out of the half and got 4 straight buckets and scored as many points as Minnesota did in the opening 6 minutes of the 3rd quarter, where 16 of his 37 points came. Ben was quiet scoring. He took 10 shots, but he was facilitating, directing traffic, and spreading the rock, so he played his game. Ben starts getting downhill towards the basket, and that's where Minnesota's defensive attention shifts to, which leads me to ask, Josh Okogie, where's your man? Ben dribble penetrates, and Ed Davis shuffles into Simmons' way to form a roadblock. Problem for the defense is that Embiid shooting 40% from 3, so pick your poison. Here you'll watch someone collapse an entire defense, which creates a wide open 3-point shot for his teammate, but the box score doesn't show this, so nobody cares. For those that do care, Simmons assisted 5 threes in this game, and he's the league leader for assisted threes. The team's shooting 40% from 3 with him on the floor and 29% with him off. 2 dribbles from half court to the rack. Okay, so we're headhunting. But here's what confuses me. No one even jumped with you. How'd you miss that? That made a real nice move in the half court to get him downhill and get him to the rack. And I guess you could say he shot this off balance, but he had enough time to get it off and he was right near the rim. How'd he almost brick it? I don't know. They won. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. Tobias Harris, you already know what he's doing. He's out there for 35 minutes getting grown man buckets.
Individually, players in the 2nd and 3rd unit will have their ups and their downs, but for the most part, this Sixers bench has been reliable and they've done their job. With Joe playing the way he is, they don't have to do too much. Offer a scoring punch, a few defensive possessions, a couple of key rebounds, but for the most part, They just have to hold or expand
The
leads.
second unit did its thing, I won't lie. They're bringing energy, they're not taking possessions off, and on different nights, different guys give you different scoring punches. There's something to think about. When at least 4 rotation players subbed in the third quarter, the score was 87-72. When the third unit subbed in the fourth quarter, the score was 108-83. So the second unit took a 15-point lead from the starters and pushed it to a 25-point lead for the third unit. Matisse has at least 2 steals in 4 of his last 6 games.
Real briefly, let's look at the defense, because Joe's impact and dominance doesn't just show up on one end of the floor.
Having Joel Embiid on the floor changes a lot. The offense almost has to alter their entire approach. There's this 7-foot giant that's consistently one of the most impactful defensive players in the league, just waiting for you to make that mistake. So more often than not, Minnesota was forced to settle. And this is why defensively they're just as powerful as they are on offense, because you've got this dude Joe and then Ben Simmons 6'10" who could guard 1 through 4. There's nothing new with the pick and roll coverage. Joe's in drop, Ben's got to fight around a screen, and now he's on the hip of or behind D'Lo, who's got too much space. Very similarly, Danny Green's got to fight to try to contest this shot because Joe just can't. But the Sixers probably got to stick to drop coverage. Pulling your 280-pound center this far away from the basket and asking him to compete laterally with a guard is probably just too hard, and that's not his fault.
Look, fam, that's it for me. I appreciate you hanging out with me. As always, I'll see you when I see you. I hope it's on Monday for the next breakdown, but if not, hit me up with a sub, comment below, holler at me on Twitter. Do whatever you gotta do. But most importantly, stay solid, baby. Stay solid, baby.